like in fairness to him, like great free publicity to be like, oh, you want to do a trick, in this vacant lot that I have? Yeah, it's not going to cost me anything, and like I get to be on TV again.
Yeah, I don't even have to say racist things about the president.
Not yet.
So according to CNN, Blaine's only communication to the outside world was a hand buzzer, which not a joke hand buzzer.
A man would have to come down there and shake hands with him. If the man was shocked, that means yes. If he was not, he was just given a regular handshake.
There was an around-the-clock emergency crew standing by that could have been summoned by that, and he only had 6 inches of headroom and 2 inches on each side.
Oh, sounds like Delta Airlines.
During the endurance stunt, Blaine did not eat and drank only 2 to 3 tablespoons of water a day. Mm-hmm. But you're just lying there.
Yeah.
I know he was probably doing a lot of this.
He was trying to raise awareness. Raise awareness. Yeah, that was a trick that I thought, like, that was his first endurance stunt, right?
Yeah. And we went, and we gave him a thumbs up, and he gave us a thumbs up right back.
Teenage Tim and Tom were there on the scene.
Yeah.
Did we cut school to do that?
I think so.
Yeah. I think we just didn't go to school one day.
I think we just got on the train.
Oh, my God.
Bye, Mom and Dad. Go to school.
No, I remember this. I think this was when we realized, because this was the end of the year, I think this is when we realized that they weren't really paying attention to where we were.
Yeah.
And we both just left school early. And we were like, I think we can just walk out of the building and nobody's ever going to notice.
Yeah. That's a good lesson to learn as soon as you can in life. Nobody's really paying attention to you.
9 times out of 10, and 10 times out of 10, if you walk somewhere confidently, you're fine.
Yeah. So just do whatever you want, but just do it with some goddamn confidence.
Yeah. So let this be a lesson to all the kids out there. If a local magician's doing a big stunt, just walk out of school and go.
Yeah, get on the train and go to 68th and Riverside.
Yeah, go to a big empty lot where there's nothing but dirt.
Give them a
wait around for a while. There was nothing, because remember, we were in line, and it wasn't until we got up to him that we were like, oh, this is it? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, yeah, there he is down there.
Yeah. Give him thumbs up. He gave us a thumbs up right back.
Yeah.
Thanks, David Blaine. You really inspired me.
Well, I mean, at the very least, for me, that verified that he was not an animatronic man.
Right. Which is very important.
He could be an animatronic man all the time. And
that wouldn't surprise me, Tom.
And just
wouldn't surprise me. It's the greatest trick David Blaine ever pulled.
A very advanced, high-tech one. Yeah. But at least in this instance, that did not seem to be the case.
Right. You know how old he was when he did that?
26.
Yeah, well, you hit it on the head.
Yeah.
How'd you know this?
Tim, I looked up. I have a photographic memory.
Okay. So that was a good one. Next was Frozen in Time.
Mm-hmm.
In 2000, February of 2000.
Yeah.
He performed a stunt called Frozen in Time, which was covered on a TV special. He was shown encased in a large block of ice located in Times Square, New York City. Yeah. He was lightly dressed and appeared to be shivering even before the blocks of ice were placed around him. A tube supplied... February? Oh, no. It was November. Did I say February?
Yeah.
Why did I say February?
Maybe you didn't.
Because this was my my freshman year, my frosh year of college,
right?
And I was in NYU, and I was just like
New York's the most exciting place ever. David Blaine's always doing a stunt.
Yeah, so I would go up to Times Square, me and a friend of the show, Chris, and we went up there 3 or 4 times just to see him in ice, and it was. He was in there for 63 hours, 42 minutes, and 15 seconds before being removed with chainsaws. But do you remember this special?
Yes. Because they removed him live.
Yeah, and he came out in a bad way.
Yeah.
They had to, the look on his face was I did not think this through. Now, they pulled him, they got him on a gurney into the ambulance. He was screaming for his girlfriend. I think Josie was her name or something. And it was a little disturbing because they were And now we'll have an interview with David. Oh, nope.
Nope.
All right.
He's just
Well, thanks.
screaming.
Thanks for watching, everybody. David Blaine did it. Stunt. Goodbye.
He's just screaming and asking everyone if he's dead and a ghost right now.
Oh, yeah. He thought he was dead, right?
Yeah.
So that was a little disturbing. Now, let me ask you this, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Was this an actual stunt?
Mm-hmm.
Or was this all misdirection?
Right.
He was fine, and guess what? He was replaced by a mannequin at points when they weren't doing things.
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence that says that there were certain times when they had to, like, refreeze the brick or whatever that he was frozen in, that while they were spraying the water, there was, like, an elevator that would lower him out and then quickly go back up with, like, a dummy.
Right.
And, it wasn't like the whole thing was fake, but, he'd get a few minutes.
Right. Take a nice hot shower.
Take a nice hot shower, get a massage, eat, drink, go
kiss
pee-pee.
Kiss his girlfriend. Make out with her hard.
But the thing, I don't know if that's true or not. I'll have to watch the video again. It could be, and in which case that doesn't diminish from it because... he did a good enough job sneaking up by us at the time.
Yeah.
But he did also say that November was a lot warmer than it was predicted to be. And that actually one of the things that made the stunt very hard was that the ice was constantly melting and dripping on him.
Ooh.
So he was just like wet all the time too.
Yeah.
Which was something they didn't anticipate, which then would make sense why they had to keep spraying this thing constantly and like trying to keep it, frozen.
So the world will never know, and I think he will take this to the grave.
But it might be one of those graves where he's just underwater. It might be when he was buried alive.
Yeah, that's true.
He might be able to tell us through a hand buzzer.
Or just or give us a thumbs up if it was fake.
Yeah.
Tom, this is when I started to lose a little bit of interest in the stunts. Yeah. And I was like, get back to the sleight of hand, buddy.
Yeah, let's see those cards.
Enough with the stunts and celebs. The celebs. Just get back to your bread and butter. But he did Vertigo.
Yeah.
Not just a great U2 song, a great stunt. On May 22nd, 2002, a crane lifted Blaine...
onto a train.
onto 100 feet.
It was insane.
100-foot high and 22-inch wide pillar in Bryant Park, New York City.
Yeah.
Now, I was in the city for this. I think maybe post 9/11, I was not in the mood for such frivolity.
It's not in the mood to be tricked.
Yeah, exactly. He was not harnessed to the pillar, although there were two retractable handles on either side of him to grasp in the event of harsh weather. He gets 100 feet up.
Yeah.
He remained on the pillar for 35 hours. He ended the feat by jumping down onto a landing platform made out of 12-foot high pile of cardboard boxes and suffered a mild concussion. I remember him jumping down that. I mean... Jumping 100 feet onto 12 feet of cardboard boxes is still, enough to give you a concussion, apparently.
At least a mild one.
Yeah, do you remember this?
I do remember this one.
35 hours, so that's a day and a half he's up there.
Yeah.
I feel like I could do that.
This was one of the ones where I felt like, I'm with you, that I started to lose interest in the stunts just because I was like, I know that technically that's hard, but it's not interesting to watch.
Yeah, and, also, it was cool when he was buried alive, and you could go and see him a few feet underground.
Yeah, he was right there.
When he's in the ice, and you could go and feel how cold the ice is.
Yeah, and
you
he's
could touch
few
the
feet
ice,
away,
and he can still he's 100 feet up. You're just like, who's that up there? Little Davy Blaine?
Yeah,
is that Davy Blaine up there?
Oh, yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't bring my theater binoculars.
Exactly.
I can't tell.
Well, I brought my theater binoculars, Tom, because I'm usually coming from the theater.
Right, coming from or going to.
Yeah.
And then, you've always got real shit seats.
Right. And then this is what, come on. If I'm going to the theater every day, sometimes twice a day, can't get...
You got to get the cheap seats.
Yeah. One time I was going to see the Philharmonic at Lincoln Center, and I had very bad seats. And so we had an elevator, and the elevator was crowded.
Mm-hmm.
And then people got off. They were like, orchestra! And like a bunch of people got out, and they were like, loge!
All the people with instruments got out.
Yeah. Loge! And then people got out, and then they were like, mezzanine! And everybody got out except for me and the one or two people I was with, and this old lady. And this old lady goes, I guess only music lovers are left.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, lady, I don't love this.
Lady,
I'm just poor.
Lady, I've never listened to a song in my life. I'm not about to start tonight. Mind your own business.
In 2003, September 5th, he began a stunt. And this is when he really lost me, because he's like, hey, guess what? Screw NYC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Potter's Fields Park in London.
Yeah.
He was sealed inside a transparent plexiglass case, suspended 30 feet next to the Thames River, or above the Thames River. Thames
River. Timmy's River.
I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was too similar to the one where he stood on a platform, and this wasn't even as high.
No.
How long was he up there, though? He was
up
there
for like 60 days or something.
Yeah, he was up there for a very long time. Hold on.
And people were throwing eggs at him. Somebody flew a helicopter up with a hamburger, a remote-controlled hamburger.
A remote-controlled
helicopter.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'd love a remote-controlled hamburger.
Well, no, it'd be crunchy.
Yeah, he was up there from September 5th to October 19th.
But that's another one where there's people that say it was a trick, and there was a way that he was getting in and out of that thing.
Right. Which, yeah, maybe, but still, you got to hand it to him.
Still a good trick.
He's 100% nude the whole time.
You have to hand it to him, or if you can't, fly it up with a remote-controlled helicopter.
Oh, you're talking about burgers specifically.
Yes, yeah.
And George W. Bush said something.
Yeah.
He said, the last noted American to visit London stayed in a glass box dangling over the Thames. A few might have been happy to provide similar arrangements for me. There's a guy who knows that he was hated.
Right.
Yeah, hand it to him on that, right?
And appreciates good magic.
Yeah. You know what? Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
And I know I don't want to talk about Trump every 5 seconds, but the one saving grace of this administration is going to be like, yeah, this guy probably does like a good magic trick.
Trump?
Yeah. Look, if he was willing to bury him alive in Riverside Park.
Maybe he was trying to kill him this whole time.
Maybe. Maybe Trump will finally succeed in killing David Blaine.
Yeah. Like maybe he was like, yeah, sure, you could get buried alive in my field. And then he's like, let me just check the locks real quick. And he switched them out.
Yeah. Could succeed where Josh Brolin failed.
Yeah.
Killing David Blaine. Drowned alive. You loved this one. I wasn't a big fan of this one.
Mm-hmm.
It lasted 7 days. Back in New York City, baby.
Yeah.
Lincoln Center.
That's where the Philharmonic plays.
Yeah. He spent 7 days submerged in an 8-foot diameter water-filled sphere containing isotonic saline in front of Lincoln Center. At the end of the stunt, Blaine attempted to free himself from handcuffs and chains after exiting the sphere. After the stunt, Blaine entered into an agreement with researchers at Yale University to monitor him in order to study the human's physiological reaction to prolonged submersion.
What I remember about that trick is that at one point they got scared that he was drowning and they jumped in to get him, and it seemed counterintuitive because he was in this tiny little orb and two scuba divers went in through a tiny hole to help him out. It's like, guys, now you're all just stuck in there.
Now wait, what was the orb?
It was just like a big glass.
So he had air in there? Was air being pumped into this?
He had a scuba mask on.
Okay.
Or a snorkel. Not a snorkel, scuba mask.
Okay.
Attached to air outside.
So he just didn't eat for 7 days? That was the whole... And
yeah.
He got pruny hands?
He got super pruny hands. Yeah. I think that's why it was isotonic saline and not just, actual water.
Yeah, I don't know. All this stuff where he's like, I can hold